procedures manual. In the room tour, we'll be going over some key items and locations, as well as some things to know about lab. As we go further, we identify safety equipment, the first aid kit, then the fire blanket, here on the wall is a collection of information you might need in case of emergency, including our exit route. Now we're going to show you the exit route. Here is your fire alarm in case of emergencies. Pull down, and on the left, your emergency exit. Now I'll demonstrate how to properly disinfect your table. You'll start by getting some paper towels and the disinfectant, MetroGuard. You will spray the table and ensure every area is wet. Do not attempt to dry the table fully. Once you have fully disinfected your table, you should follow this up by washing your hands. I will now demo how to operate the sink. The pedals for hot and cold are right below you. The soap is to your left and the towel is directly in front of you. From entering the room, on your right you will see the laboratory cart, including the gloves, as well as the MSDS or SDS sheet, containing all possible chemicals in the laboratory. You'll also notice that there's numerous resources for you as a student on this card as well. This concludes our anatomy and physiology laboratory contract overview, as well as the room tour for H230.